Okay, you can start your lesson. Okay, today exercises chapter 5 to 8 and exercise 5 to 8. This is chapter 6. Okay, chapter 6, page 98 to 99. Okay, continue to what we have learned earlier on. Okay, for this part, this diagram no need to memorize. You need to memorize this part, this table. Very important to remember this table. Okay, it might be difficult, looks very difficult to understand the situation here. Okay, let me summarize for you. Then you know the method to memorize. Okay, there we usually if 0 degree or 90 degree or 180 degree, okay, or 270 degree or 360 degree, usually you can press calculator for sine, tangent or cos. You will get a round figure. Okay, you won't be the cert is not included, so that one not a problem. Okay, only problem with 30 degree, 60 degree, and also 45 degree. If you look clearly, the sine and cos uh, 30 and 60 is well connected. Okay, for sine 30 degree, 1 over 2 is equivalent to cos 60. Okay, while the sine 60 is equivalent to cos 30. You see, sine and cos 45 degree is the same. Okay, that is why the graph one up down first, then the other one is down up the other way around. Okay, so for tangent will be absolutely different from sine and cos. Uh, Cos. Okay, because the graph already you can see is a bit different. Okay, I think you have learned this one, the graph before. Okay, so if you look properly, what is the, okay, we can press, okay, you can use a calculator and press. If let's say sine 0 degree, you get 0. Cos 0, you will get 1. Okay, if sine 90, 1. Cos 90, 0. Okay, so if sine 180, 0. Cos 180, okay, -1. Okay, that's why you don't have to memorize. You straight away can use calculator to calculate. Tangent also same. If tangent 0, you'll get 0. Tangent 90, make error. What's the mean make error? It means infinity. Okay, the value will be very, very big. Okay, because in the graph, when tangent is 90, the graph doesn't touch the 90 degree at all. It's either going up or going down, so it's infinity. That's why you get mad error. So they won't ask you where is tangent 90. Okay, so tangent 180. Okay, tangent 180, you will get 0. Okay, so if let's say sine 30, you can press sine 30. Sine 30 is 0.5. 0.5, that means it's in fraction form, 1 over 2. If cos 60, you will get 0.5. So you get fraction 1 over 2. Okay. So the only thing you need to remember, there are a few patterns over here. Okay. It's either square root of 3, okay, or square root of 2 involved. Either these two only. Okay. So for sine 60 and cos 30 is the answer is the same value. Square root of 3 over 2. Okay. And you see tangent over here. Okay. For 30 degree is 1 over square root of 3. For tangent 60 is square root of 3. Okay. While sine 45 and cos 45 is the same. So it's from the textbook is 1 over square root of 2. Okay, 1 over square root of 2. Actually, from this textbook, this is not appropriate because the third, the square root must be on top actually. It should be the way. So you can try to press 1 divide over square root of 2. 1 over divide square root of 2. You get 0.7071. Something. So what about pressing square root of 2 divided by 2? Square root of 2 divided by 2, you get the same value. The square root should be on top, not at the bottom. Okay, that is the simplest form in maths. Okay, now how to remember how where and where which is the value, how to get the square root of everything. Okay, so there are a few terms you need to understand. Okay, there's a square root of 3 divided by 2. There's square root of 2 divided by 2. There's a square root of 3 and also 1 over square root of 3. Okay, so I use calculator to memorize. Okay, to help me to memorize. Let's say square root of 3. Okay, no, you press tangent 60. Okay, I come up with tangent 60. So I get 1.732. 7321. Okay, so if let's say I press square root of 3, do I get 1.7321? Oh yes, that means that is for square root of 3, definitely for tangent 60. If I press tangent 30, I get 0.5774. Okay, so if I press 1 divide square root of 3, I also get 0.5774. Okay, so you play around with the calculator. If they ask you what is the tangent 60, okay, you press 1 divide square root of 3, you couldn't get the answer from tangent 60, so you press square root of 3. Okay, if you want you to find tangent 30, if you cannot get square root of 3, then 1 divide square root of 3. That is how you find the answer. Okay, for sine and cos also same. So there are two things you need to remember: square root of 3 over 2 or square root of 2 over 2. Okay, sometimes you are unsure whether square root of 3 or 1 over square root of 3 or square root of 3 over 2 or square root of 2 over 2 is which one for sine, cos, and tangent. Okay, you don't remember clearly which one is for which one. That's why you can, if let's say I press cos 60, I get cos 60 0.9, cos 30, okay, cos 30 0.8660. So I press square root of 3, do I get 0.860? Cannot. 1 divide square root of 3, you can get. So square root of 2 divided by 2, I can get. So square root of 3 divided by 2, I can get. That's how you get your answer. So you can press sine 60. Sine 60, you get 0.866. Cos 30, also 0.866. Okay. So sine 45, you get 0.7071. So I can press square root of 2 divided by 2. Okay, 0.7071. Okay, this is how I remember the cert for which, because sometimes they will ask you without using calculator. That means you need to get the answer in fraction form, not in decimal. Okay, then for this diagram for the triangle, okay, so let's say if given this 90 degree, okay, this is 45. So absolutely this is 45 because 45 plus 45 plus 90, you get 180. Okay, so if let's say this is 1, this is 45, 45, that means it's an isosceles triangle. So if this is 1, this is also 1. So if you want to get the hypotenuse, it will be 1 square plus 1 square, then square root it. So 1 square plus 1 square is 2, square root of 2 for this hypotenuse. Okay, that's how you determine the length. Okay, so for this one also same. Let's say this is 90. Okay, if this is 90, okay, or this is 90, this is 60, so the remainder will be 30 because 30 plus 60, 90, 90 plus 90, 180. It should be 180. Okay, so if this is 60 or 30 or 30 60 also can. Okay, if this is given the length of 2 and this is given the length of 1. Okay, so to find this length will be 2 square plus minus 1 square, the longest minus the shortest. 2 square is 4, 4 minus 1 square is 1, means 3. 3 square root, this one will be square root of 3. Okay, this just to understand the diagram. Okay, so we proceed. Example 5. Okay, without using a scientific calculator, there's one calculator just to find out which side it belongs to which tangent, sine, or cos angle. Determine the value for each of the following based on the corresponding reference angle. Okay, if A cos is 150 degree, where is 150 degree? Which quadrant? Quadrant 1, 2, 3, or 4. So you need to remember this one. Okay, all come to school. ACTS. You should remember this part. Then here will be 150, and this is quadrant 2. Okay, anti-clockwise. So quadrant 2 sign is positive. So the rest will be negative. So cos will be negative. That's how we determine the positive or negative. Okay, so that's why we take negative. So to get the corresponding angle will be, because you need to find the corresponding angle, 180, because here will be based on always based on x-axis. 180 minus the 150, so the remainder will be cos 30. So negative cos 30. You know it's negative, but what is the fraction? Okay, so you can press cos 30, you get 0.866. So you can press just now that we learned the square root of 3, I can't get 0.866. 1 divided square root of 3, I can get 0.866. Square root of 2 divided by 2, I can get 0.866. So square root of 3 divided by 2, I get 0.866. So become square root of 3 over 2. Okay, so we look at B. Sine, okay, sine 300, where is sine 300? Okay, is quadrant 4 because more than 270 but less than 360. So when is quadrant 4? Okay, this is sine, so sine will be negative because cos only positive, so you get the negative sign. So to get the corresponding angle is based on the x-axis. So here is 300, so 360 minus 300, so you get remainder 60. So you can press calculator. Sine 60 is 0.866. So square root of 3 divided by 2, you get 0.86. So confirm you can use square root of 3 over 2. Okay. Then we continue with C. Tangent 2 to 5. Where is tangent 2 to 5? Okay, it's more than 180 but less than 270. So it's quadrant 3. So quadrant 3 tangent positive. So answer will be positive. Okay. So answer positive. No need to write it. So to get the angle, corresponding angle based on the x-axis will be 225 minus the 180. You get the remainder here. Okay, so you get 45. So you can press 45. Tangent 45 is 1. So answer 1. Okay. So we remember to key in your attendance. Okay. And also greet either good morning or hi in the comment in Google Meet, okay, so that I can record if let's say some of you forgotten to key in your attendance in Google Form. Okay, so determine, okay, look at example 6. A, given that sine theta equal to 0.6157. This is not a question that asks you to not use calculator, so you can use calculator to find your answer. Okay, so calculate sine angle theta. Okay, so you must remember also all come to school. Okay, this one you need to remember. Okay, we'll be using. So this is sine positive. So point positive, there will be two answers. If sign negative, also there will be two answers. Okay, for this kind of questions. So sign positive will be in quadrant 1 and 2. Okay, because sign S, this one is all. Okay, so is one is the acute angle, another one is corresponding for uh, obtuse angle. Okay, so the angle over here, to get this angle over here, okay, it means this sign, okay, you bring over, okay, you get sine negative 1, 0.6157. So you press shift sign 0 point or 0.6157. So you get 38.00280116. So because 38.00, so the nearest round off to the nearest angle will be 38 degree. So the answer is 38 degree. That is for in quadrant 1. Okay. So to get the answer for quadrant 2, so the corresponding with 38 is over here. So total will be 180 for quadrant 2. 180 minus 38, you get the remainder one will be the angle. Okay. So 180 minus 38, you get 142. So you can see this quadrant 1, 38. This 38 is over here corresponding angle. So 180 minus 38, you get 142. Okay, so there are two answers. This for sign positive. So we look at example B. Okay, given that cos theta equal to negative 0.4226. So cos negative, this is cos positive, this is cos positive. So cos negative will be in quadrant 2 and quadrant 3. So quadrant 2 will be less than 180. Quadrant 3 will be more than 180. Okay, so you, of course, you need to find the acute angle first. Okay, the corresponding angle. Okay, so you ignore the negative. Okay, we look at the question. If given this one negative, you just ignore it because it's just to show you which is the quadrant. So cos, bring over here, we have cos negative 1. So you press shift cos 0.4226, you get 65.00 something. So nearest will be round off to 65 degree. So answer will be 65 degree. Okay. So the corresponding angle is 65 degree. Okay. So this is because the answer is in quadrant 2 and quadrant 3, so 65 is over here, 65 is over here. So for quadrant 2, you want to get the angle to be 180 minus 65. So you get 115. Okay. Then this one, this is 65 degree. So to get the angle from here to here is 180 plus 65. So 180 plus 65, you get 245 degree. Okay. So there are two answers. Okay, this for cos negative. Okay, so that is for our lesson today. Okay, can see. Okay, so this our lesson for today. So you can continue with our exercises. Okay, do your exercises, and I will hold this Google Meet. Okay, as usual. Okay, I will on this Google Meet. Okay, so you got question, you can still ask question. Okay, Okay, you say the recording will be saved in Tanjunjie. Okay, so Tanjunjie, please later on when you get the Google Meet that recorded, okay, you need to share, allow anyone with link. Then you make it into allow everyone with link. Then you editor so that I can save it. Okay, thank you very much.